Del McCallan twisted his head, the torch beam on his helmet swinging across the ice. Something was wrong here. It was difficult to believe that only 5 days ago he had been enjoying the calm routine of his job at the British Museum in London. Brushing at the frozen tunnel wall with his heavy gloves, Del cursed softly. His thermal suit was not designed for delicate work. He pulled one glove off with his teeth, running his bare hand over the icy surface. The rock underneath the ice was ancient, and the carvings on it were unprecedented. Stick-like figures gathered around in indistinct shape. Del frowned, dredging his memory. It was as if the pictures on the rock were stirring something deep in his subconscious, something old and terrible. A gruff voice made him jump. "What are you doing taking your gloves off, you daft bugger? Good way to lose a finger, that is." Ed Keeley was a huge bear of a man and the works manager in charge of the excavations. He pushed past Del. "I told you I didn't want you touching anything until we got this tunnel shored up properly, didn't I?" I'm just trying to do my job," Del protested. There was a crash from further down the tunnel. Keeley turned angrily. "What have you managed to drop now, you clumsy ox?" Sorry, boss." Keeley's junior assistant Roomdeck appeared in the gloom, struggling to keep a pile of equipment balanced on an anti-grav sled. Keeley glared at her. "Where the devil are those robots?" Roomdeck nodded back down the corridor. "They're coming." "So's old age. Go and find out what's keeping 'em." Roomdeck shot Del a quick smile and hurried off. Keeley shook his head. "Never ask a Flisk to do a man's job. Should never have let him stay if you ask me." Del bit his lip and busied himself with the equipment on the anti-grav sled. The Flisk had arrived on Earth 20 years earlier, refugees from a stellar cataclysm that had all but wiped out their entire race. No one had known what to do with them at first. There had been alien contact before, but they'd always been transitory encounters, sometimes unfriendly like the Slitheen, sometimes friendly like the Hive of Mooj. The difference was that the Flisk were asking to stay. The negotiations had progressed well, up until the point where it was discovered that the Flisk were telepathic. Panic swept the globe. Leaders on both sides tried to assure the populace that this unique trait represented no threat. The following years had seen a difficult integration of the Flisk refugees into human society. Their genius with computers meant that many of them gained skilled positions in industry, but their telepathic skills made them figures of suspicion, and with their mottled green-blue skin, the Flisk were easy targets. A metallic clumping made Del look up. 6 gleaming robots marched down the corridor. Roomdeck's petite figure was dwarfed by the towering steel figures. The robots spread out along the icy tunnel. In unison they raised their arms, metal palms pressed flat against the roof.